I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace, and welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. Tonight, we're going to discuss the NBA All-Star Game this past weekend. Final score, 211 to 186. Let's talk about it. I'm your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is the Coffee Talk Podcast, Cultural Variety Podcast Show. Welcome. Peace. Blessings, greetings, salam. How y'all doing today? It's February 20th, and this is our Wednesday night sports. I know it's Tuesday, but we have this for tomorrow. You know what I mean? So we're doing it live right now. I know that sounds all mixed up, but you'll get it in a few minutes as to why I'm doing this and taking this approach for this particular episode. The reason why I'm doing that is because this past weekend, we had a discussion about the ISIS Papers, a book written by author Dr. Frances Cress Wesseling, where we discuss ball games as symbols. The War of the Balls. It's a thesis that she wrote back in August of 1976. And so we want to do part 2 of that, which we would have did tonight, which is really would have been making up for our cultural studies night on Monday. Since we didn't do that, we did, you know what I'm saying? We decided, because the title is called Balls, and we've been going through the All-Star game, Super Bowl, we're talking about balls, and we want to stay intact, I should say. I'm mumbling at this point, but stay intact with the storyline. We want to give you part 2 of that thesis, and it's called Specific Ball Games. I'm just rambling. Well, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited because, one, I haven't seen y'all since Sunday. You know what I mean? And you know, I missed you. You know. All right, so listen. But yeah, so tonight we're gonna go ahead and do that show. Where we're gonna just talk about the All-Star weekend again. I'm mumbling again. I'm just flipping all over my words here. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the NBA All-Star game. Did y'all watch the NBA All-Star game? Let me know. What was your thoughts on it? Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about. But before we even jump into that, I just want to ask you, how are y'all doing this evening? How are y'all doing this evening? It's February 20th. We're already at the end of February. I'm not complaining, though. I don't think nobody here in the Twin Cities is complaining, because we are having a nice winter right now. You know what I'm saying? So we are enjoying that. But before we start the show, I want you to just go ahead and give me a 5 on a scale of 1 through 5. Give me a 5. Let me know how your day is going. If you had a great day, a splendid day, give me a 5. If you had a cool day, you know what I'm saying, you made things work, you in motion, give me a 4. If you had an average day and, you know, you still got through it, give me a 3. And if you're having a bad day, go ahead and drop a 2 in there. You know what I'm saying? Let's start again the next day, because you know we don't stop, right? And then if you're having a not so good day, leave a 1. Make sure you hit our DMs and we can reach out to you. We are here for our viewers, our supporters here at Coffee Talk Podcast, for our people. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy to be here. I missed you guys. So I'm happy to be here. If you're watching the show, we are live on YouTube as well as Facebook Live. And again, I am your host with the most, Big Dot Saba. Powerful, you know what I mean? Powerful. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into our show. We're talking about NBA All-Star Weekend. But if this is your first time tuning in to the Coffee Talk podcast, we never start the show without giving you the flavor. We never start the show without giving you the wise words. So let's go ahead and move right along, shall we? Tonight's flavor is a blueberry smoothie. That's right, a blueberry smoothie. Something just nice and refreshing. You know what I'm saying? You've been working out all day, or you've been at your office all day, and you just need something to escape. Why not that blueberry smoothie right there on our screen? Why the blueberry smoothie? Because the blueberry smoothie is low in calories. It's rich in antioxidants, and it is a good source for potassium. You know what I'm saying? So tonight, if you just want to escape mentally, you want to put that document down, that book down. If you're a teacher, you want to put down the answers to the test, and you want to stop your head from thumping. Take you a nice blueberry smoothie and just enjoy, just escape for a minute, and then get back on your grind, because you know it don't stop, right? All right. So that's the nice flavor, is the blueberry smoothie. And the wise words tonight. When we talk about wise words, we're talking about affirmations. We're talking about something that's going to continue to give our young men, our young women, our adults, our elders that push to keep them going. You know what I mean? This is an escape show. This is a show where we can come together and give you the flavor in a multiple varieties. But tonight's wise words comes from a gentleman that was born August 5th, 1962, from Kingston, Jamaica. He's a 1984 NCAA champion. For a career, he had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2.4 blocks. He's an 11-time NBA All-Star. And his number 33 hangs in the New York Knicks arena. We're talking about Patrick Ewing, the player as well as the coach. Here's the wise words for Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing said, "It's the person who has done nothing who is sure nothing can be done. It's the person who has done nothing who is sure nothing can be done." Patrick Ewing, number 33, Beast of the East, from the Georgetown Hoyas, 1984 NCAA champion. All right, so let's move right along. Again, it's Tuesday night, and I know that Tuesdays is usually a filler day for when we don't give you cultural studies on Monday. Now, if I can recall, because, you know, I'm getting old, man. You know, I just give you all 3 episodes a week. But, you know, because I have the alternate Sunday, Monday night, sometimes I get lost. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I gave it to y'all Saturday or Sunday this past week. But, you know, we're going to make up part 2 of Dr. Francis Quest Wrestling's story about ball games on chapter 10 of the ISIS papers tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We're just going to collaborate that into our Wednesday night sports. And tonight, we're actually talking sports. So does that make sense? We all said, leave it alone. We got it, right? Hey, well, you know, I just want y'all to be comfortable, understand what we're talking about, right? All right. So let's go ahead and jump right into the story, man. We're talking about the NBA All-Star game that was played this past weekend. And it was actually played in Indianapolis, Indiana. You know, there's nothing like Super Bowl weekend and then followed by NBA All-Star weekend 2 weeks later. It's a special event. If you ever been to one, if your city's ever hosted one, all the stars are in town, all the parties galore going on, and everybody's just having a good time. The city's making money. Everybody's happy, you know. But, yeah, Indianapolis hosted their NBA All-Star game. Great turnout, by the way. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on the NBA All-Star game. I also want to hear your thoughts as well. That's what we're discussing. Peace, brother Leo. Good to see you, brother. We waiting for you to come in the back door. You know how you like to pop up on the show. Come on through. But yeah, this All-Star game, let me just take you back, man, because I've been loving basketball for quite a long time. You know what I mean? And the All-Star game, for me, and many others, but I'm speaking for me right now, was a dream game, a game that you always wanted to see, that was a reality. It was a game of all the top players from two different conferences. And what was dope about it as I was coming up as a youngster is they used to wear their team jerseys. That's right. So let's say, for instance, if Derrick Rose was in the All-Star game, he would have his Chicago Bull jersey on while in the All-Star game. I thought that was great. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the All-Star game is supposed to be a street ball element. But street ball element, if it's told by other people and corporations, right? They don't understand that part. Because, see, street ball element is not just, hey, let's just do some alley-oop here. We're not going to play D. No, that's not what it is. That's not what the Rucker's about. That's not what it's about out there in Seattle when the brothers is playing out there. That's not what it's about when the brothers is playing in LA in the off seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's about not only great offense, not only great handles, but defense. And I think defense gets lost in the transition of, oh man, the corporations are, well, we need all the money. So we don't want nobody to get hurt. They got endorsement contracts. And what that does is it's hating the game, it's hurting the game. Excuse me. What's y'all's thoughts on the NBA All-Star game? I got some questions, but I want to hear what y'all's thoughts were. Let's talk about the NBA All-Star game. So the NBA All-Star game was between the East and West. And this was the first time it was an East and West All-Star game. Like what I remember as a young dude. Lately, it was the top two NBA vote getters. They would do, you know, they try to keep it like a street ball thing where they had two captains and they just picked players. But that was kind of whack. Again, we're drifting off from the origins of what made the All-Star game great. Them in their own jerseys, East versus West Conference. That's what made the NBA All-Star game great. But this past NBA All-Star game, it was the East versus West for the first time. But check this score out. The final score was 211 for the East, 186 for the West. Those is corny numbers in basketball. That's over, that's what, 400 points combined, or damn near close to 400 points combined. Don't nobody want to see that. We do enjoy the Patrick Ewings that block shots against the backboard, the David Robinsons, the Yao Mings, the big chief in Boston, Mutombo, Manute Bol. We enjoyed the block shots. But again, these corporations really seems like they're controlling the league more than the Shield itself. You remember the NBA, to me, and I'm just speaking to me, I'm just a fan, so I'm just speaking on me. But the Shield was the Shield, and they didn't let nobody be bigger than the Shield. What I mean by that, when I say that, is you couldn't be bigger than the NBA if it had to do with the NBA. But now, because they have so much corporations, so many partnerships that they've contracted out with, such as, you know, the the armed services, with the NFL. It takes away from the pro amateur sport level of where guys wanted to just compete. What are you talking about, Sab? I'm talking about how we're just not playing defense. I mean, I was talking to one of my guys, and they said this to me. They said, you know, in today's All-Star games, you have different types of fans. So you do have the fans such as myself and others that want to see a combination of things in an All-Star game. We want to see the great shooting. We want to see the great low post moves. We want to see the fast break. We also want to see the stoppage to shut a player down. You know, we want to see the trash talk in all fun. But then you have certain fans that just want to see, hey, man, I just want to see my dude get his dunk off. You know, I want to see the fact that all my stars are on the floor, but I don't want to see them play defense. Or is that what we're subconsciously being told to believe? I would think every fan that really enjoys the sport wants to see competitiveness, right? Let me know what your thoughts are. What type of fan are you when it comes to an All-Star game? Go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know. Do you like to just up and down it? Do you like the fact that, you know, you want to see some real ball? You want to see, especially if you're from the hoods of America, where you see brothers playing defense, they sweaty, they you know, it's contact on the court. That's respected basketball. But hey, you know, some fans are like, hey, they just want the Walt Disney effect of it. They want to see their stars and no defense. So we had a final score of 211 versus 186. The Eastern Conference pulled out the win. And just to go over a few stats, Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar, won MVP by helping the Eastern Conference win. He put up 9 3-pointers and finished with 39 points to win the MVP. Karl Anthony Towns, the big cat, he dropped 50 points in the All-Star game. You know what I mean? Anthony Towns was getting busy. Even though there was no defense, what I was in awe of was the fact that the brother can move, man. You know, I was one of those brothers that always criticized Karl Anthony Towns, you know, fairly, I would say, and in good, you know, good rationale. But yeah, I was critical with Karl Anthony Towns. I thought that he just takes too many jump shots. And what's impressive is that I was watching the 3-point shootout. And I'm like, man, let me really look at Karl Anthony in this shit. He's been in it several times, man. He's actually won a past 3-point shooting contest. And I just loved his form. And I was amazed because this is a big fella. This is a 7-footer shooting like that. You know, I want to say he's the best shooter of the centers in the NBA today. I'm willing to say that. What's your thoughts on that? Go ahead and let us know. How do you feel about Karl Anthony Towns? You know, but let's continue to talk about this. Both squads combined for 194 points in the first half. See, I don't want to see that. Even if I'm watching a high-scoring game that has to do with the NBA All-Star game, we've seen them in the past with Magic, Bird, all our top guys, Charles Barkley, all our guys. If it was a high-scoring game, it would be 132 to 154. You know. Now, some people can say, well, you know, Saba, look, they scored 211 because they're more athletic, better shooters. And we all know the game has changed a little bit. No defense. Well, you're right. You're right. It has changed, and I'm all for it. I don't want to sound like no old hag. I'm all for it. But I just got to see more competitive aggression, more competitive drive, more defense. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of fan I am. You know, because we want to see the best. And the best doesn't, it's not just about offense when you're talking about the best when it comes to the NBA. It's not about just, I want to see the best dudes shut dudes down, man, because that's what basketball is all about. Let's go ahead and talk about performances throughout this All-Star game past weekend. LeBron James. Man, I was looking at LeBron, man, in the first quarter, because the first quarter was kind of competitive. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay. It's 11-14. They playing D. You know what I mean? But LeBron James, man, at age 39 years old, man, he did some dunks, man, and I just shook my head. This guy is incredible. Whether you like him or not, for whatever weird-ass reasons people don't like him or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking basketball. This is sports. This is Coffee Talk Podcast. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the guy is incredible, man. At 39, still getting it done at a high rate, a high volume rate. It's just something we never saw before. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Where do you put LeBron James? Is he in your top 5? Is he in your top 3? Is he in your top 2? Is he your number 1 player? Go ahead and leave those in the comments, man. And when you're there, make sure you hit the like button. Share. Let people know that you are watching Coffee Talk Podcast, a cultural variety podcast show. And make sure that you subscribe, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue to move right along. What do you think about Dame Dollar, man? You know, well, here's my thoughts on Dame Dollar. I love his loyalty. It took him, 11 years, 12 years, same as KG, the big ticket, to leave Portland, man. And I'm happy he left Portland, though, because he deserves a chance to compete on the big stage, especially late in the playoffs. Dame Dollar is a peer assassin. Peer assassin. Very strong. That's the only difference I have with him and Steph. Steph is more fluid when it comes to that shot. I mean, hey, man, I seen Steph Curry shoot from the tunnel to the other end, man. You know what I'm saying? I seen it. Y'all seen it. Steph Curry is just very fluid with his jumper, man. Very fluid, very elusive. But Dame is like a strong PG, you know what I'm saying? That can play the 2, of course, but just got mad flick, and he's not ashamed of it at all. Not to say Steph is, but my goodness, Dame Dollar pulls from anywhere. Anywhere. I would love to have both guards on my team. What's your thoughts on Dame Dollar? Who you think is the best shooter between Dame Dollar and Steph Curry? Leave that in the comments. Let us know. Coffee Talk Podcast. Brother Leo said, same as the Pro Bowl. Yeah, no doubt. But they stopped that a long time ago in the Pro Bowl from, you know, because that's a tackling game. That's totally different, man. You know what I mean? That's totally different. So you're risking more. But let me see where we at in this part. I want to go ahead and say this about why I encourage the players in the All-Star game to just, let's get back to some real ball. One is because us fans that do enjoy boxing, we miss the blocks. We miss the stopping or shutting down an opponent. We miss the rip or the steal. You know what I'm saying? For the fast break. That's why we need that defense back, man. We are disciples of the school of Gary Payton, the glove. The best defensive point guards ever lace up the schools. You know what I mean? All right. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA dunk contest. Now, the dunk contest was won for the second time by the dude's name is McClue. Is that right? I did do my homework tonight. His name was McClue, something McClue. His name was Mac McClung. I apologize. Matt McClung is his name. Yeah, little Richie Cunningham looking dude. You know what I mean? He's a little Richie Cunningham looking dude. His hair was real long, all in his face and shit. Looked like Woody Harrelson from A White Man Can't Jump. But boy, oh boy, can that kid Mac McClung jump? Can jump out the gym. Definitely. Hey, man. Hey, props. I give props where props is due. The kid is spectacular. You know what I mean? I don't know who the hell G League team he plays on and don't care. You know, but the dude won back-to-back dunk contests. So, I mean, I got to respect that. And what was crazy about this guy is he's jumping over 7-foot Shaq, man. The one that I want to say won it for him, when he jumped over Shaq, pulled the ball up by his stomach, let it go, caught it in midair, and still dunked it, was incredible. Was incredible. I don't know if they scored him a 48-49, but it should have been a 50. It might have been a 50, but it wasn't really giving out 50s. And I was saying to my kids, I was like, man, this is the first time I watched a dunk contest where I don't think no 50-point score is going to be given out. So I believe he might have caught that. But let me go into my details on what I don't like about the All-Star game when it comes to the dunk contest and how we can correct it, okay? You know, I like to be helpful. How we can correct it. I'm just saying. I want to see a better All-Star game. Come on. All right, so here's my thoughts. When it comes to the judges, right, at the NBA All-Star Game dunk contest, we can't have the players anymore. You know, anytime you have All-Star Game in whatever city, they have the past players. Some players, you know, they are the what you want to call it. They are the greeters of the All-Star, the host. That's the key word. They are the host for their city. And so they start to select past players to be the judges of these All-Star games, as well as Kenny Smith and Reggie Miller. And this is why I'm offended and giving you the solution of what needs to be changed in the NBA All-Star. One of them is get them old ass niggas off of the judge panel. That's just what it is. How would I correct it? I would correct it like this. I would, you know, it's entertainment anyway. I would have what the kids want to see. Some entertainers from whatever genre be the NBA judges. I don't want to see no fucking, let me see who was the judges the other night. Not Tim Hardaway, but Tim Richmond. I think that was his name. He used to play for Golden State Warriors. I want to say Reggie Miller was one of them and all that. And what bothers me is because they let who did I just say, the other guy, not Reggie Miller, but the other analyst. But they have him all the time, right? The guy that played at North Carolina, and he's with Chuck and Shaq on the show. I'm having a brain fart right now. But the problem is with these old guys being the sports analysts is that they've seen all the dunks. You know, we all have seen all the dunks. I get it. You're not going to see nothing that you haven't already saw in the dunk contest. I totally agree with you. But if we get different judges from throughout all genres that they have, music, whatever, roller skate, skateboarders, podcasters, whatever, to be the judges, you know, it just gives more to the game. It helps the fan base because the fans can relate to these guys. You know what I mean? We got to stop having the old guys call the games, the old NBA players. They seen all that shit. So when they're speaking, they don't understand that they're actually hating. Oh man, that was a good dunk, but man, it wasn't no Vince Carter dunk. Oh man, that was a good dunk, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They're killing the game when they're not having that much enthusiasm as they're speaking into the microphone and you know, keeping the game lively while it's on live television. Are you following me? Yeah, y'all know what I mean. But other than that, man, I enjoyed the dunk contest. Could it have been better? Yes, absolutely. I want to ask you people, what is your thoughts on the dunk contest? Leave it in the comments. Do you feel like the other brothers need to be in the dunk contest? You know, I don't know. I honestly, I want to see whoever loves the game be in the dunk contest, man. If you love the game, you should be in the dunk contest. But I understand why we haven't seen the big names like LeBron and some of the top dogs in the dunk contest, because you're allowing yourselves to be blamed and scapegoated, and it's because of the damn corporations. But see, you have to leave something in that contract, that endorsement contract, that says, look, man, I want to be able to have fun. Now, I get it. I'm just a fan speaking out. I also have to think of it from the business sense. The business sense of somebody can get hurt, you know. But I don't want to go with that. I don't want to go with it. No, I don't want to go with that. Why? Because you rarely see guys get hurt too often dunking. Now, yeah, maybe they can roll an ankle, whatever. But man, All-Star games is giving back to the fans, to the fan base. And we want to see real basketball. No, you don't got to change the dunk contest at all. I like how you have it right now. I didn't like how y'all used to have the all the weird ass skits when it was starting to get weird and shit for a couple seasons. And so now y'all brought it back. But we got to really get some hoopers. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he had made a suggestion on his show. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith, man. He made a suggestion that, you know, they should have an open audition basically for all the dunkers throughout the NBA cities, and then break it down to 10 or 5 players that would come on during All-Star Weekend and have a dunk contest, and they would be supported by an NBA player to keep the NBA players involved in All-Star Weekend. I thought that was dope. You know, that would be nice. But me, I just want to keep it fresh, man. I just want to keep it real flavorful. I want to see my All-Star fans in their own, my All-Star players in their own jerseys, team jerseys on the court. I want to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about seeing them in the East and West All-Star jerseys. You know, I used to love, man, when they came out with, remember the one with the star on it? It said All-Star. They had the star in the front jersey. Man, Michael Jordan's was so dope. I'm going to ask you a question. Fans, viewers, supporters, and fans of NBA basketball who's watching the show, tell me what number Michael Jordan was in the Olympics. Go ahead and put that in the comments. That's pretty easy if you're a true fan. You know what I mean? You should know what number he rocked for the Dream Team. Just a little hint. But yeah, go ahead and leave that in the comment. If you could leave that in the comments, we'll definitely give you a shout out here at Coffee Talk Podcast. You know, but this is Coffee Talk Podcast, our Tuesday night show, really Wednesday night sports show. We're not your typical sports show. We don't really care about who won or lost a game on this type of show. Nah, we love to give you the different intricacies that goes on in the world of sports with our people, you know. So with everything that we discussed tonight, what is your thoughts on the NBA All-Star Game? Do you want to see your superstars participating in the dunk contest? Some of the people say it's because of the corporations are preventing these brothers, and it's also unfair because when it's in the news media, certain news stations are casting it as if the NBA players are just scared to participate. But we know that, hey, man, the corporations are behind those players, and they are encouraging those players through their agents to not participate. So who do you be mad at? Do you be mad at the players? Do you be mad at the league? Do you be mad at the corporations? Go ahead and leave that in the comments. Let us know. You know what I mean? All right. So with that being said, I just want to go ahead and say, man, thank you for being patient with us. Some days we have to miss a scheduled date. We always going to make it up to you though, because that's what we do. We always are here for our viewers and our supporters. But sometimes, we do miss an episode because life be lifing. You know what I mean? Life be lifing for us, and we just trying to keep everything in order. And so one thing I do want to say as I get ready to go, man, I just want to hit you with the universal peace sign. I want to say thank you for continuing to support Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast Show, as we get ready for season 3 coming up this spring, and bigger and better things to come. I like to say thank you, and may you have a beautiful evening. May you be able to reflect. May you be able to prepare so that you can be able to walk your path steady and sucker free. You know what I'm saying? So those are my words, Big Dot's words of wisdom right there. So until next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. We jumping right back in to the ISIS papers, you know what I'm saying? And we will be talking about a close examination of the specific phenomenon in ball games. Again, we're talking basketball, football, you know what I'm saying? So again, stay tuned. Wednesday, tomorrow, Coffee Talk Podcast with your boy, M. Saba, and we'll be talking sports tomorrow, man. All right, I'm out of here, man. Enjoy y'all's evening. Peace.